Hey guys, it's Scott Groves of Consolidated Coaching, sitting here in the Operations Center where I work, and it's fascinating. I've been here for a week pushing some of our files through the pipeline and getting stuff moving, and as you sit here and you hear the other side of the conversation with processors, underwriters, doc drawers, processing managers, underwriting managers, you really start to get a sense of how much miscommunication can happen over email and over text and over quick conversations when it comes to stuff as complicated as the home loan process. So there's a system that I've been following when there's either a dispute, some confusion, a very difficult file, and or conditions that don't quite seem to make sense. Whether the conversation originates from the operations side, the processor or the underwriter, over to the loan officer, who can be very difficult, or whether the loan officer is originating the conversation over to the processor or the underwriter, which can be equally as difficult if you're not seeing eye to eye. A great way to resolve the problem is, first of all, pick up the phone, call, state what is either needed for a condition or what's needed for success and a resolution. Talk through why that's a challenge, either for the borrower, if you're the loan officer, or if you're on the processing side, talk through why it's a challenge for the underwriter to sign off on the file and why they need that condition. Keep the phone call pleasant, as always, and then follow up with an email so there's no miscommunication, and talk about what you just talked about on the phone. So this is an example. I'm the loan officer. I'm having a challenge with an underwriter over a particular condition, or I need an exception on a particular condition. I'll call the underwriter and I'll say, hey, Mrs. Underwriter, I feel like we can use 1 month of bank statements instead of 2 months of bank statements because it's a new bank statement and we have proof that the large deposit came from a bonus check. I know the condition says that we need 2 months of bank statements, but the seasoning of the assets actually comes from a large $100,000 bonus check, which was deposited less than 1 month ago. So we only have one bank statement. That's why I think we should only use one bank statement instead of 2 months of bank statements. Is that okay? Do you agree? Underwriter agrees. As soon as I get off the phone call, not that I don't trust my underwriters, not that I don't trust my processors, not that the processor can't trust the underwriter, but we're all moving at such a high rate of speed and working on so many files, it's easy to forget conversations, to merge conversations in our mind, or just remember something that didn't actually happen. So I always follow up with an email immediately before I move on to the next task that says, hey, Mrs. Underwriter, thanks for taking my call. I appreciate that we were able to talk through this issue. And just so that there's no confusion, I want to make sure that you're still okay with the Jones file just having 1 month of bank statements due to the fact that we have that large deposit and we showed the commission check or the bonus check or the inheritance check where that large deposit and first bank statement balance came from. That way, there's no confusion. You have a pleasant conversation. There's no misunderstanding with the email back and forth, and then you follow up with the conversation with an email that clarifies, solidifies, and puts your question or concern in writing. So I hope that helps, whether you're coming from the processing side, having a hard time communicating with your loan officer, or the loan officer having a hard time communicating with ops. This is a surefire way to cut down on miscommunication, make sure everybody's on the same page, and get the deal to closing sooner rather than later. So Scott Groves, Consolidated Coaching. Hope this tip was valuable. If it was, like the button below, leave a comment below, and we look forward to talking to you. Thanks again. Bye.